This is one of the topics that was on my mind for a while. It's still on my mind. If you're a technician and if you have ever read the E-Myth Revisited, basically, if you're the person who is building the business actively and taking active decisions, and always you are the one who first is figuring it out, and then maybe afterwards the figured out, you can create your SOPs and then you start to systemize, but still you are the one who's actively working in the business. This is for you, especially for you. Reason for that is because what I noticed is that if you're that type of person, again, yours truly it is, you're going to tend to overly be very hands-on in your business. What I noticed is that if you're going to be like that, you're going to perfect and iterate. And at the same point, right, that is something that you should be doing, especially with your products. If you're selling products or in our case, services, right? Iterate, that is great. And that is also one of our core values. What I noticed is it tends to throw you in the mindset of it must be perfect. And there is the perfectionist rat race, I'm calling it, where you're going to over perfect and perfect more and more, something that actually you don't even know if there is demand for it. And something that I noticed, especially at the beginning of the business, when we started ScaleWave, it was that I'm going to create systems and processes and everything that is going to support a business. And then I did not figure out the sales part. And why am I sharing this with you is because they're kind of like, whenever you're starting the business, you're going to be in either of these buckets. One is you're just head first and you're just going to see how it works, and you're going to do a lot of mistakes, right? So that is the way how you're going to learn. But also there's another way to learn, especially again, if you're a technician in the business, meaning you're going to be hands-on, doing all the processes, all the steps, everything until you can outsource that to someone. You're going to perfect so many things. And right now, if I am reflecting on my journey personally, when it comes down to ScaleWave, really important what I noticed is that I tend to over perfect something. So I created systems, I created the SOPs, how we're doing certain things and so on, and did not manage to first figure out, hey, while this is amazing and this is just giving me, better sleep during the night, and because I know that on the system side, everything is figured out, while that it's helpful, I first should or supposed to figure out the marketing and the sales aspect. And I did not. And then that kind of ended up with, yes, we got a lot of referrals for clients, but in the same time, it was like, how do I make this scale even more and even faster, And that's just coming from me of reflecting to what are the things that I wish I would have done differently in my business. And if I'm tracking it back, it has to do with a lot with this perfectionist rat race that, okay, you're perfecting something, but then you again perfect it even better and even better. And you're going to miss the most important thing, which is, do you actually have sales for your business? And this does not matter which type of business you are in. If there's no sales, if there's no new clients coming in, if there are no new leads, if you're not making sales, if you're selling, physical products, then even if you're listing, and this is now an analogy to Amazon ads because we're going to go into it, you're listing your product, even if you're making your listing perfect, and if you're not bringing ads to the listing, so you're not bringing the eyeballs, it's going to be very hard for you to actually sell the product. So takeaway is the perfectionist rat race is real, and most of the time, this is going to start with, hey, do it messy, try it, do it fast, iterate later. Because otherwise, what you're going to end up with, perfecting or over-perfecting something that you don't even have proof that is going to work.